Hello there. So I finally finished the series, The 10 Realms, and I went through the 10th realm. And it's clear that the author kind of just wanted to get this over with because a lot of the things that are introduced, like I found the world very interesting to go through. But here, it's called the 10th realm. It's like a few minute, maybe a couple, like an hour or two read, and you're done. It's very rushed because the last book in the 9th realm, they introduce a romantic interest, and this is the college one, which the high school type of the book where they go off to school and everything gets put. It was like they could have done so much more, but it wasn't. And here it's like, okay, so he just wanted to go on to the next thing. I'm okay with that, but at the same time, it's like everything just happened. It was like, okay, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. So let's just lump everything and just let's tell and not show. Let's just say this is all going on and then just show this tiny little portion of what's left, because the whole 10 realms thing, no one has ever ascended, and then it becomes this easy thing for people to ascend. It's just it was like, okay, I don't believe this in the slightest. I don't believe that, but it was still nice. It's like, okay, there was a happy ending. Those two got together, but at the same time it's like, but they had just met once. For Eric and the girl he's with, they had met once. Same thing with Rugrat. He had met his girl maybe twice. And then the war happens. Then they go on to book 2. And then all of a sudden they meet each other again for the second time. And they turn out to be romantic interests for each other. And it was just like, no, I mean, it's cool, but at the same time, no. It was hard. If they had more of a rapport in the last book, it would have made more sense, where they had the rivalry, the camaraderie. That would have made more sense. But here it was just like, nope, that doesn't make much sense at all. Oh, but yeah, they was just rushed. It was very quick, very, very not really enjoyable, because it was like, okay, this is going on. The Rugrat and Eric are gonna go to the 10th realm because that's what they do. That's always what they do. And it's just like, all right. It would have been nice if there was more to it to prevent people from, I don't know. But in the end, I was like, all right, the series is over. That's nice to actually get through a series and be like, all right, I'm glad it's done. I don't need to go back, because it was like I wanted to actually go back and reread it, but it was like the ending stopped me from doing that. The ending was just didn't feel like it should. It felt like it deserved more, and they could have had more. It could have spent more time fleshing it out. They could have spent more time, not ending it the way they did, because I was kind of hoping at least the character would die, because it's like, okay, at least if you do that, it has more of a stake, it has more of an impact, and then you feel something. Here it was just like, oh, everyone survives, it's all a happy ending. And nothing but this one person that has been there from the beginning passes on. It's like, okay, whatever you say. Yeah. But in the end, it's like, I don't regret going through it, but I would never recommend this series to anyone. I mean, beforehand, I was like, oh, yes, I love it. It's great. And then I finish it. I'm like, yeah, it's not worth the read. It's not worth the paper it's printed on, but I still don't regret it. It's nice to go through a series, go through it, get to the end and be like, well, it seems like the author lost faith in the story. It seems like he just lost interest in it. But other than that, I still enjoyed getting through it. I still found it interesting going through I always try to figure out the best way to do a magic system, and it's just like, when it comes to something like this, it's just so easy that I just can't do it, because it's like, oh, okay, I could just say this and then everyone will accept it just because of video game logic. And then I find it so funny because it looks like such an easy answer, but I can't do it. And it's just like, you know what? One of these days I just need to sit down and do one like that, where it's like, okay, that's how it works. That's how it's happening. Yeah, but now that I've finished it, I wouldn't recommend this series to anyone. I mean, if you want to go through a quick read, one that's where the end is kind of just everything is happy, everything ends on a positive note. All the questions that were introduced throughout the series weren't really answered accurately. The gnomes, the elves, the war, the ravagers, all that stuff is just they do like a half-hearted response, and I guess that works. But for me, it was like, okay, he clearly knew where he didn't know where it was going, so he just said all that, and it's like, all right, cool. Yeah, but that's it for that series, and I don't need to go back to it. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you next time. Doodles.